Hey guys, what's up? It's Jeff from the Watchtower podcast, but I'm sure you already knew that, because here you are. And based on some of the numbers that I'm seeing, there's a lot more of you out there. So thanks for stopping by and checking out what we do. I hope you like it, because we work hard on it, you know? We try to do all that we can do, even when it's the least we could do. Now, on to some other stuff. Normally, on Mondays, we post a little thing we like to call the checklist, which is, just a rundown of what you can find in the stores this week, what you might want to spend your dollars on. Now, the place that usually sends that out to me, they kind of forgot this week. I don't know what the deal is. So I thought I'd take a page from something that DC Comics is doing right now. It's called After Watchmen. And you can go to afterwatchmen.com, and what they have there is a list of 20 or 25 little graphic novels that you might want to check out if you liked or didn't like Watchmen. I think this is a great idea because a lot of people going into Watchmen hadn't read it, but they knew it was a graphic novel, so they may not know where to go next. So I just wanted to run down a couple of my personal favorite recommendations off of that list. First of all, if you liked Watchmen, it was written by a guy named Alan Moore, and some of his other stuff that you may recognize from movies is, first of all, The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. There you are. It's 2 volumes so far, 3 if you count the Black Dossier. I don't. And it's a very cool book about literary figures getting together, kind of solving mysteries and stuff like that. Very cool. Bad movie with Sean Connery, but what can you do? Now, another one you might have seen is V for Vendetta. Came out a couple years ago. Starred Hugo Weaving, Natalie Portman. I thought it was a pretty good movie. Once again, Alan Moore wanted nothing to do with it. But you can pick this book up. It's very cool. The book itself is it's a little more dense than the movie was, but still very much worth a read. Now, moving away from Alan Moore, one of my favorite graphic novels ever, Preacher, Gone to Texas. This is the first volume of 9, and it's about a hard-hitting Texas preacher who sort of gets a godlike power, and he actually goes out to find God and make him answer for the suffering in the world and stuff. And it's very, very cool if you haven't read it. Not really for the squeamish. There's some really kind of parts in it, but very cool nonetheless. Now, another one is a series that just wrapped up this year. It's called Y: The Last Man. And I don't have the trades. I actually have all 60 issues of this book, which is pretty cool. You can pick up, there's 10 or 12 trades, and it is about a man who is literally the last man on Earth. There's been a virus, a plague of some kind, and all the males, except for this guy and his monkey, have died out. And it's sort of how he gets along through that, and they try to find a cure and figure out what happened to the men. And it's a really cool story. Brian K. Vaughan wrote this one, and you know him these days from Lost, so I guess he knows what he's doing. And finally, if you haven't read The Dark Knight Returns by Frank Miller, you definitely need to go to a store and pick this up now. This is probably one of the most classic superhero graphic novels ever made, and a really, really cool book. Really cool. It's about sort of an older Batman who's been retired and kind of comes back, feels the pull of crime fighting, and you definitely want to check it out. And this is the great part about this edition of the checklist, is that each one of these books is tried and true, a bestseller, and you can probably pick them up at your local Indigo chapters, Amazon, online, wherever you can, and I would highly, highly recommend it. So thanks for stopping by the Watchtower. Those of you who are new, hopefully you'll stick around, spread the word, and we'll see you in the stores.